If you ever have an idea, you normally can't rest if you're really, really passionate about that idea and heavily believe in seeing that idea through. Whether, like me, it's been creative ideas, business ideas, whatever it might be, especially if they're creative normally, it's that just fire inside you to make it that vision in your head a reality on screen or on the canvas or whatever it might be as a creative person. I know for me in the past, I've just seen entire scenes or films in my head and I wanted to make that vision, that idea a reality. When it comes to business things, it's wanted to, have an idea for the way something can be solved or the way that I can make something happen. I want to make that thing a reality. Obviously, most of the time, it's the case that I want to do something that requires lots of leverage, lots of manpower. I want to do something that requires entire departments of people to be able to make that sort of thing possible before you even got the systems and processes in place to be able to make that possible, even if you could do it. However, I think that ideas are or have to be an actual thing that you can see through. Now, not to sound too confusing, actually, to make sense of this, this is a subject that I was talking to someone about a few days ago now. As of recording this, it was just yesterday, but I should be uploading this around the middle of February. And I was explaining the importance of an idea when it comes to, obviously, in this person's case, it was about business ideas and about, wanting to have a successful business. And having been in communities in the self-help and personal development space, kind of quote unquote, there's many, many people that are obviously influenced and just kind of follow the fan base of, entrepreneurial gurus and these entrepreneurial influencers. And they're obviously promoting a certain type of life based on whatever product or service they're trying to sell. And I think that the problem with entrepreneurial influencers is that they naturally are trying to promote a certain lifestyle so that they can market their product or their service or both. And because of this, this creates a set of beliefs, in my opinion, in my view, that people start having ideas about a lifestyle or ideas that aren't actually ideas. Now, going back to my original point about what ideas are, you might get an idea for a film, you might get an idea for a story, you might get a business idea about something you want to offer to people in the world. And the trouble here that kind of connects these two dots together is that I think that most people are obviously being sold a lifestyle quite naturally. That's what these influencers are doing. They're trying to sell a lifestyle that influences these people to want to purchase that person's product or service or membership, whatever it might be. And this creates, like I said, the idea in people's minds of an attribute or a part of that lifestyle. So, for instance, the part of a successful lifestyle might be to run a highly successful business, but that's that person's idea. And what I've seen having now, like I literally am a moderator in one of the biggest kind of entrepreneurial servers called CCC, and it has, in the past been affiliated with Capital Club, which is people that may be aware of that. That's a Luke Belmar. Luke Belmar is a co-founder of Capital Club. And so there's a lot of people in the space that have ideas about successful business or ideas about reaching a certain financial figure within a business, or they want to have a business that has multiple departments around the world, or they have the idea of, I want to make 6 figures a month with my business. I want my business to be a 9-figure valuation. I want my business to be worth 100 million, 500 million. I want my business to be making 30% profit margins. I want my business to be having 50% profit margins. I want my business to, be, a certain type of business model. And my almost pet peeve here about this, although I kind of consider this a fact, is that an idea has to be an idea, not a part of the process, if that makes sense. So what I mean by this, probably one of the best examples, is that a lot of people, for instance, like I said, want to have a nine-figure value of their business, or they want a highly successful business, or they want a business with 500 employees, or whatever it might be. But these aren't ideas. These are kind of stats for your business. They're like the metrics that show the health and what your business is, size-wise or revenue-wise. But an idea is what your business offers, the solution that a business provides, not how many staff you have, not the revenue, not the profit margins, not the business model. They're not the idea. They're just elements of the process that help you bring an idea into reality. And a great example of this would be, let's say that, it would be that Airbnb, the idea for Airbnb is they want to have a business model where they're the middleman. Or they want to be worth 100 billion or whatever it might be. Well, that's not an idea. That's just a part of the process for how they execute the idea. The execution of an idea is not the idea itself. The idea is the idea. The thing you want to do. In Airbnb's case, it's connecting people that have like a spare room or a spare home or whatever it might be to people that need a place to stay. That's Airbnb's idea. With Amazon, it's basically making everyday shopping online a convenience and bringing it online in the first place with books, now basically everything. And that's the idea. It's not that they are worth hundreds of billions, nearly $1 trillion company, and they, the business model is basically like 90% drop shipping and 10% their own products, or maybe shifting more towards their own products now. That's not the idea. The idea is convenience and to basically provide everything to everybody. That's their idea. So when it comes to your ideas, it has to be what your offer is. What are you trying to provide to someone? Not how do you do it. The process of how you provide an offer isn't the idea in itself. The idea is the idea. So if you are one of these people that wants to have a successful business, or you want a business worth 100 million, or you want to be making 20 million a year through your business, you want 50% profit margin, you want to be, living around the world, knowing multiple people, having loads of connections. That's not an idea. That's an outcome of the process of executing an idea. So just take that into account when, or if you think you have an idea for a business, but the idea is actually just a part of the process that should be helping you to execute the idea. So for instance, if your business, if you want a $100 million a year business and you want 500 employees, that's how you can execute an idea, but that's not the idea itself. If someone comes to me and they go, my idea is I want to have a $100 million a year business that is in every continent and I make 50% profit margins. Okay, I would say, okay, that's fantastic. So what's the idea? And if they get confused by that, then I see the first problem, and that they don't understand one of the first points in business or in anything that I think I've learned in the past few years, which is just that any successful business that I've watched in an interview or talking to people myself, but mainly in interviews and mainly online, has been that the most successful people just have an idea and they execute on the idea. They aren't concerned, at least at the beginning, with how they execute on the idea. They just know that they are going to execute on the idea. They're going to act on whatever idea or vision they have, whether it's a filmmaker telling a story, whether it's an entrepreneur trying to solve a problem for people. The idea is what they are trying to solve and offer people, not the metrics of the business or the health of the business or the number of employees in the business or what the business allows their lifestyle to be. That's not the idea. That's just processes and benefits of an idea. If you want to have Andrew Tate's lifestyle, maybe, regardless of going to jail, if you want the supercars and the women and the mansions, that's a outcome of providing a solution. That's the outcome of an idea. So if you don't have an idea based on this explanation, then I think the best thing you can do is similar to what I did, because I have been in this situation before. I've had many ideas for things, and obviously over the years I've had film ideas, I've had business ideas, but I just didn't know how to execute them because I just knew I needed teams and teams of people, and every day I'm getting like $1 billion ideas that I know I need people for. I know I need executive teams. I know I need an entire executive board that can actually execute on a goal and send it to different people, and people that are much more skilled and talented than me execute this idea and solve that problem of whatever the idea is. Whereas you can't have an idea that is just a metric or a statistic for how you actually execute on what the idea should be. So I hope I've not complicated this for you. Ultimately, if you are now unsure of what an idea is for you, then the biggest piece of advice I can say is you're looking too hard to find the idea. Because I can say that I started my business basically out of the skills I've acquired through my passion. Since my passion is filmmaking and storytelling, I'm using that to help my clients because I used the skills I acquired to market and promote my films and the films I've worked on in my life. And by doing that, screwing up many times, not understanding how to promote things properly and how to market them, learning the processes, learning how marketing works, that skill I acquired through needing to promote my stuff out of passion has helped me now land clients and work with different people, which then technically made my passion into like profit. Technically, my business came out of necessity for fulfilling my passion. That was my vision. I am now executing on my vision. My vision is to ultimately solve problems with, I have problems I want to solve every day, business problems I want to solve every day. I can't execute on most of them because most of them are kind of $1 billion budget ideas. But the ones that are small, I try my best to take action on. Although one of the biggest things I have learned, obviously I think it was a Mark Zuckerberg quote, maybe that someone else paraphrased, that the $1 billion ideas are a single idea. The most successful business owners have one idea and they execute on the idea. Now, obviously, a business can be one idea can be a culmination of thousands of ideas, but it's still one big idea at the top. So if you're struggling to work out, well, what is my idea? Don't think too hard about it because it's probably staring you right in the face. It's probably based on your passion. And if you go, well, my passion's making money. If it really is, and if you've asked yourself and you've sat down with yourself and you sat down with your friends and you still think it's just escaping mediocrity and it's making money online, then maybe it's a bit like the Tates or these influencers. Maybe if you really do, after a long amount of time, weeks and months, maybe even years, go, well, it's just making money, it's just escaping, it's just not living a mediocre life with my friends, then maybe it's helping other people do the same thing. Think about the problem that you have and solve it for other people. And that's certainly what I've done. I had the problem of I need to promote my films and I want to promote the films and projects I work on. So how do I do that? I have to learn social media. I have to learn marketing. I ended up getting jobs because I got good at it, because I understood how it works, and I understood marketing because I had to solve the problem for myself. And that's typically how most businesses start, is you have a problem you need to solve for yourself, and then you start solving it for other people. So if you have an idea and you're not sure about, it's currently just I want to be a successful business owner, great. Well, really think about that, because if it is, I just want to be a successful business owner, then work out why you want to be a successful business owner. Do you want to help other people start successful businesses? Okay, if that's your vision, if that's what you're passionate about, then maybe it's about connecting successful business owners with people that want to start successful businesses, connecting them with some community, like making a business out of that, basically. So if often your thing is to do with the outcomes of an idea itself, then create a business around that. That's fine. But obviously, in most cases, when your idea, your idea should be a solution for someone, a problem that you're solving. It shouldn't be a part of the business that is part of the process. So I hope that does make sense. And like I said, regardless, if your idea is currently just like a metric in the business or a part of the business, or if your idea is a part of the process in order to achieve what should be the idea, then consider how that idea is a solution to others and then make that the business. So again, if it's really wanting to make money online and how do I solve this for myself, well, you work out how to make money online. You learn about the different ways that you can make money online, selling products online, selling services online, learning the different skills of marketing or e-commerce, whatever it might be. And then it's about connecting people that know more than you, outsourcing your weaknesses with connecting people that need to know more and are in your position or have been in your position, and connecting them. And then that's the business. So just think about that. Think about how you can bring ideas together that aren't just kind of the metrics of the business, so that you can actually help yourself and then therefore help others. Because that's what business is. I learned that business is people, and I wasn't a people person other than just to my close friends, and I've often been quite wacky in my ways and whatever, all the different things. So really, it's just realizing what business is. It's just problem solving, and it's people. And if you want to solve a problem, if you have an idea, then execute on that idea, and don't just want to make a successful business. If you want to be a business owner, think about how you can solve a problem for somebody. And sometimes the problem can be thinking about the attributes of life that are a burden for people. One of the best quotes I ever heard was from Alex Hormozy, $100 million offers and $100 million leads author, Alex Hormozy on YouTube and everywhere else. He said that, a business idea for you. Do what someone else does very well in half the time. That's literally a business. Look at Uber. Uber doesn't really do anything that a regular taxi service doesn't do, except for the fact that they give you the peace of mind, in the best case scenarios, as to where they are, how far away they are, estimated arrival time. You can get these things if you really requested it from a regular taxi company, but it's just the fact that you've got the convenience of an app. You go into the app, you've got your card details saved there. You don't have to call up a local cab. You don't have to go, hey Siri, find me local cab companies. I've got Android, so it won't go off, luckily. Hey Google, find me local cab companies, and you'll get the answer. So with Uber, it's literally just Uber app, payment details are there. I need an Uber, bookmark the location or where I need to start an endpoint, and then you have peace of mind of where your cab is and the type of cab, as opposed to just calling it. So that's convenience. Not necessarily saving you time there, but it's convenience and peace of mind. It's the same with, let's say, obviously I gave Airbnb as an example earlier. In a way, it's convenience, because it's just, I don't want a hotel, I don't want a hostel, but I just want a home. I just want somewhere I can stay, even if it's a room share or if it's an entire place. If you want a holiday home, holiday homes weren't so easy when there was an Airbnb. Yes, there were these kind of private holiday letting and rental companies, but Airbnb have disrupted it because they connected the people that have places with people that need them. And so it's damaging hotels a lot. in some areas, in a lot of areas. So with ideas, just remember it's the lesson I've learned is that, well, what actually made me start my business was purely solving a problem for myself and then solving it for other people. And I wasn't even thinking about this, oh, is my idea the wrong idea at the time? This has happened after. This is just realization and now sharing it with the world, sharing it with other people, and hopefully you will maybe benefit from this. If you do, then I'd appreciate if you'd leave a like. Let me know what you think below as well in the comments. But just generally, I realized that I actually naturally just started solving the problem for other people because it's what you do. And it's a reputation thing as well. People get to know you for what you do because natural portfolio builds up and people just go, hey, what do you do? I do marketing because I've been a filmmaker before. I now offer create content and marketing services. Oh, great. Can you do that for me? Can you do that for me? Can you do that for me? And then that's how your business normally starts. And obviously, sometimes it doesn't come out of passion. It comes out of, or it doesn't come out of a problem you're solving yourself. Sometimes it can just be, I've got this idea for this and I really want to solve it. And I get those every day. Like I said, I get thousands of ideas every day. I often can't, action on them because they're like, I want to, create this, like I've got payment processor ideas and I've got massive educational platform ideas that are just sometimes totally pointless. They're billion-dollar ideas, but I can't act on them yet. So it's just about that one idea right now to act on. I'm acting on the one idea I had, which for me is a solution I solved, a problem I solved for myself because I needed to market my films and the films I work on as effectively as possible. And now I solved that problem for other people and help market their content. And so that's how it is. So if you don't have an idea, then maybe consider what you already do and how you're solving a problem for yourself. And maybe that's your business. Or maybe you have a burning idea for something and you can connect some people together and you can make that business happen. Or act on it yourself. Spread the word and spread the idea of what you want to create. So I hope that helps. Hope it didn't complicate things for you. And just remember that the idea is not the process of getting to an idea. The idea is the solution that you want to solve for somebody. And that's it. So good luck with your business if you're starting one. Good luck if you're a freelancer. And I wish you all the best. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.